What's up, guys? Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I am going to show you guys my taxidermy collection, and I've got a good bit of stuff that I've gotten over the years of hunting and fishing. And anytime anybody ever comes over to my house, the first thing they want to do is see all my stuff. So I kind of like showing it off. I think that's one of the awesome things about hunting and fishing. It's yes, you're getting food. In my case, I'm getting food for myself and my wife, so we don't have to buy meat at the store, but also the stories that come with it. And when you look at a mount of a duck or a deer or a fish or a bear or whatever, you get to relive exactly what happened to get that animal. So I'm going to kind of show you guys all my stuff. Big shout out, I got a great wife that lets me put all my creatures around the house and supports my addiction to the outdoors. So without her, our house wouldn't look like this. So I'm gonna start by in the kitchen here with showing you some of my ducks and what I got going on. All right, so first thing I have up here in this corner, this is a canvasback that I killed a few years back. Canvasback hen that I killed on the Savannah River a few years back. I love these diving mounts like this. And then right underneath it is a diving redhead that I have. Got them stacked like that. When I get a canvasback drake, I'm gonna put it right there too. That bird right there, that redhead, is in one of my videos from last year, duck hunting, where we shot all those redheads. That's one of those birds diving there. Go right over here. This is a pair of bluebills, a hen and a drake that I killed on Santee, flying mounts. This was actually a pair that came in together. Well, 3 birds came in, and I shot both these out of 3 shots, so that's pretty neat. Right up here, this mount up high, this is my model duck I killed last year, and I have a video of this on YouTube as well. One of my videos last year, I'm hunting down the coast. I killed a model. The cool thing about models are they're not native to very many places. You can kill them in Florida, you can kill them in South Carolina, and you can kill them on the Gulf Coast of Texas. Florida, maybe every once in a while in Georgia, because they don't migrate, so they're a lot harder to get. They're in the black duck family. I can put a lot of people confuse them with black ducks and hen mallards, but I'm going to put a picture in this video showing you guys how to figure it out. It all has to do with the speculum right there. And then I've also noticed you can tell a lot by the head of the bird. How blonde the head is. One cool thing I made that's in my kitchen is I made this antler chandelier. Almost all these antlers are from bucks that I killed over the years. And I wanted one of these, so I just made it. It turned out really nice. Looks pretty cool. Got it here above my table in the kitchen. Next thing I have is, this is a wood duck that I killed on the South Edisto River. It's like the first duck I ever got mounted, I think. Looks really cool. It's a pretty, wood ducks are really pretty. There's about 100 million of them here in South Carolina. And then this is my shoveler that I killed last year on the Savannah River. It's a drake. It's actually like an immature drake, but I really thought the colors were really, really pretty, so I got it mounted. I think it looks awesome. All right, now we are into the living room. This is, try to get a good video there. This is my big buck that I killed in the mountains last year. There's a video on my channel of this buck. It weighed, I think it weighed 160 pounds. It's about 18 inches wide. It doesn't really have much for mass, but for a public land buck, that's a dandy for South Carolina. And I don't know, I just think he's a cool buck. He's got really good thirds. Thirds are like 8 inches or something like that. So it's a really cool buck. This buck over here I killed on September 15th. What year was that? 2012. And the cool thing about this buck, I went to a peanut field wanting to shoot a doe because I needed some meat, and this buck came out, and he has like a triple brow tine, if you can see that. So that is really cool. So that actually makes him a 10. It's not a typical 10. He's got 10 points though. So that's like a pedestal wall, I think, mount is what that is, I believe. But it looks real cool. This is my pintail that I killed last year on the coast. And he looks awesome. He is fully plumed out. That nice double sprig right there, and he just looks awesome. That was my dream duck. Now working on trying to get an eider, but that's such a cool duck. I've got a lot of compliments on that duck, and the taxidermist, when he was doing it, had it in his shop. He got a lot of compliments on it too. So here, the lighting isn't the best in this room, but this is my black bear. This is like a 5-foot bear. I killed it here in South Carolina, in the mountains of South Carolina. I think I killed this bear in 2014, maybe, something like that. But I did the rug myself. It turned out really good. He's super pretty. He's a really nice bear. No holes or no rubs on the hide or anything. It all turned out really, really nice. Right up here on this little shelf, I've got a couple of my gators. This is a gator, if it'll focus, there we go. A gator I killed, this is my first gator. Nope, that's my second gator. That gator was 10 foot, 250 pounds, and I actually dipped the head, so it looks really cool. Then this is my first gator. The dipped one is my second. This is my first gator. He was 9 feet 2 inches, around 200 pounds. It's a pretty nice gator. And then this is my bear from last year that I killed. I have a video on my channel of that bear. Up here in the corner, I have another Euro mount of a hog that I killed on a hunt down in Florida, hunting some orange groves a few years back. That was a really fun hunt. I don't have a video of that, but it was still super, super fun. All right, if we go down the hallway here, this is my hunting room. All right, and here I have a collection of all my different animals, fish, more deer, gator. And then this is also where I keep all my hunt stuff too. I got my tent, that's my backpacking tent, my backpacking sleeping bag, my day pack, that's my big sleeping bag for when it's real cold, my backpacking, like big backpack, my DSLR, binoculars, spotting scope, trekking poles, all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to go through and tell you guys a little bit about these bucks. This buck here is a full velvet buck. It's 19.5 inches wide. This is the only buck I've ever killed on opening day. Not a lot of people that aren't from here, here as in South Carolina, have killed full velvet bucks. But you can hunt them here with a rifle in certain parts of the state, and I shot that one with a rifle, but it was at like 20 yards maybe when I shot it. Came out real early. This buck up here, this is the biggest buck I've ever killed. He has got 12-inch G2s, 4.5-inch brows, 23-inch brow or 23-inch main beams. He's only a 7-point. If he had been a true 6 without that little dinky point right there, he'd have made the book as a true 6. So he's a stud, giant buck. This buck, oh, I didn't say where I killed that. I killed that one in Norway and that one in Norway, South Carolina. And I killed this one in Edgefield. It's just a typical 8. I used to have permission, me and some buddies, to hunt a dairy farm in Edgefield. And that was a buck that we killed off that farm. I killed 3 deer that night. It's a while back. And that was one of them. Crazy. This buck is the first buck I ever got mounted. This is actually an 11-point. He's got matching kickers. You can see one on the left and one on the right. And then he's got a split brow right there. That great mass, and then on one side he's got a that one brow tine is just gnarly. He shot that deer in Branchville, South Carolina. This buck, it's kind of funky looking. He was in velvet though, and he has a throat patch. I'm kind of a sucker for throat patches, so I just got him done because he had such a pretty cape. That's an 8-point. I shot that in a cotton field in Norway. Early season, like September 1, something like that. That buck is the latest buck I've ever killed. I killed that buck on December 20th, right before Christmas in 2010. Just a tall, symmetrical 8. It's real nice. It's cool buck. That buck right there is the only buck I've ever killed with my bow. I actually shot that one in Aiken County on the edge of a golf course. I had permission from the golf course owner to hunt on the golf course in the woods, and I shot it the first time I ever went into my stand. So that's pretty neat. This buck I actually killed last year. He is old. I haven't gotten the age back on him, but we're pretty sure he's 7.5. He's got a cool little kicker right there on his base. Full velvet. Shot him September like 3rd or something, but he was still in full velvet. Huge deer. He weighed 202. We had trail cam pictures of him for 2 years. And first time I went in that stand that year, he came out, and we didn't have any pictures for that year yet. He just happened to come out that night. As soon as he came out, I knew what deer he was, and he had declined pretty good from the year before. He was bigger, but still a heck of a buck. This is the first good buck I ever killed. 8-point. I don't know how old I was. I think I was 18. That's how old I was. And just a super symmetrical 8-point. Nice buck. This is my first gator. He was 9 feet 2 inches. And I did the hide myself. It looks pretty cool, good. I just tanned it. It's a hard tan, so it is in that position, and that's how it's gonna stay. Here we got my fish. That's all I have for now. This is the first animal I ever got mounted. That's a largemouth, weighed 8 pounds, 2 ounces. I caught him January 30th, I believe. On a, caught that one on a green 8 inch, I think, worm. Texas rig, just bouncing on the bottom. That fish weighed 7.3, and I caught that one on a yellow floating worm, middle of the summer, out in the middle of a huge pond. And then I caught that one. That should have been my biggest bass to date, but she was laid out and super thin, and 9 pounds. Actually, she was 7.10. But according to the length chart, she should have been 9.5 to 10 pounds. I caught that bass in the evening on a devil's horse. It was crazy. She exploded on it, and it was unbelievable. And then this buck here, by this wreath. My wife makes wreaths, so she got that one in here. That is an 8-point I killed in a peanut field. And I saw that deer come out. I snuck out of my stand to this peanut field right before dark, and he was out there eating peanuts, and I could see him on the horizon. It was pretty crazy looking. So I waited till I got a good shot, and I dropped him in the peanut field. All right, so this buck here is the craziest looking buck I've ever killed. This buck has 12 points, and he's got 5 on this side, like a typical 4, and then he's got 1 down here. It's almost like a drop tine. You can see it right there. That makes 5 on that side, and then he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 in the back right there, 7. And he had a huge point that broke off here, and another point that broke off here, or he would have been at least a 13. So I killed that buck in 2007. He weighed 180 pounds, but just a crazy, gnarly looking buck. Super cool buck. Right here, this Euro mount is one I just completed from buddies. I do a little bit of taxidermy type stuff, and I did this one for my buddy from church, and he's got another one for me to do as soon as I get this one to him. But I do a wet rot. I think I have a video on my channel about how I do my taxidermy, or my European mounts, but I did a wet rot, and man, this thing looks awesome. And this is on a piece of cypress wood that I got from a river on one of my fishing trips. That the wood just looks so cool, I had to save it. This is my mount that my pedestal I should say, that I just completed for my black coyote that my buddy Rodney's mounting for me. And it came out so good. These antlers I put in there, this is hard, it just looks like dirt, or it is dirt, but I got it hard, sifted it on there, a couple rocks, and this fake pine tree. It looks pretty cool. That board right there is actually the other half of that. I split it. So go put my coyote on here, looking up like it's howling, and it's gonna look sweet. All right, guys, that's everything. Like I said, part of the joy for me hunting and fishing is reliving the adventure outside of just the table fare, of course. But reliving it when I see these different mounts and thinking about what I was doing or where I was when I killed these. So I do have a few animals at the taxidermist right now: a peacock bass, a black coyote, a drake black scoter, and an old squaw. And excited to get those back whenever they're finished. But thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure to do so you can see all my adventures. I put stuff up as soon as I get it, pretty much. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.